Hello, my name is Beck and welcome to the Flip the Page challenge created by Jessie the Reader. I can't wait to get started. I have a bunch of bookshelves and a bunch of books and a bunch of questions from you guys on Twitter. Before I kind of jump in, I want to quickly give you a preview of the fact that I have a lot of bookshelves, but the bookshelves that I've got, there is one big one behind me, a little one next to it, one on top of my dresser, and then a couple over here as well that you can't see out of shot. So I've broken my prompts down to A to E, which is the bookshelves that I want to choose, and then the book number and then the page number of that book. So that's what you're going to see, and let's get into the challenges now. So the first question is, you're getting a new identity. Let the coordinates guide you to a book, flip to the page you were given, and then the first name you see is your new name. So for that challenge, I have B37, page 333. So that's on my Brandon Sanderson shelf, which is on the very top. So we have The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, and this is part 2, and it's lucky that I've already read this series. So I am flipping to page 333. Okay, the first name I see, Teft. That's a pretty original name. I mean, it is a fantasy book. So my name is Teft. Cool. Prompt number 2 is, it is time to get the heck up and move out of your town. The location of the book that the coordinates lead me to is going to be the location of where I'm moving to. And that is A14, page 56. So the book I got is An Ember in the Ashes, and I guess I'm going to the place where the map says that I belong. So it is Blackcliff Academy, which is a terrifying academy based on the Roman Empire, and it intimidates me a lot, but I guess I'm moving there. Prompt number 3 is, you're all settled in your new home, but now you need to find a job. Create a job with the first object you find from the coordinates and page number that you flip to. So that is A, book 4, page 72. The book is Summer Skin by Kirsty Egar, and the page is 72. I'm honestly so glad that I have read all of these so far. So this isn't exactly an object, but the chapter heading is called Teeth. So does that mean I'm a dentist? So my name is Teft, I've moved to Blackcliff Academy, I think that's what it's called, and I'm a dentist. Because even though you're a warrior and keeping your body fit, you have to keep your dental hygiene fit as well. Prompt number 4 is, I've started this new job, but now I'm getting feelings for a co-worker. Find a book using the coordinates, flip to the page, and then the first character I come across is the character who I've fallen for. And that is C8 and then page 56. I have a whole shelf of this book, so it's not surprising that I got Nevernight by J. Kristoff. This is one of the advanced copies that I have. So I'm flipping to page 56, and then the first person that I see on the page is who I'm falling in love with. I really hope it's Mia, because that would be nice. Yep, the first word that I saw is corvia, so it is Mia. I am going to become a Roman dentist and fall in love with my co-worker Mia. That kind of makes sense though, because they always swear using the phrase More's teeth, and she had to collect teeth in order to get into the assassin school, so I can sense a theme here and I like it. Prompt number 5 is, using coordinates and a page number, the first dialogue you see is the first thing you say to your potential lover. Depending on what I say, Mia might shank me, so this is going to be interesting. So the coordinates for that are D25, page 172. So that's over there, and it's broken down by a different box. So D25. Okay, so I got a manga called Attack on Titan. I'm going to try and find the page number, but manga usually doesn't have clear page numbers, so if this doesn't work, I might have to go back to the shelf, but bear with me and I'll see what I can do. Yeah, unfortunately I can't see any page numbers in here that are very clear, so I need to go back to the drawing board. I'll be back. Okay, so that shelf is pretty much all manga, so I just went down a row and I managed to find 1,000 Perfect Notes by C.G. Drews, and this is a lovely contemporary book, so this might have something nice in it. So page 172. I don't want to, Joey hollers. I don't even say hello, it's just straight up I don't want to. Maybe I've done something bad to Mia's teeth and she's trying to kill me, and then I say I don't want to, and for once she listens to somebody. She must have listened to me, because prompt 6 is, that line really got to them. The next thing you know, you're in love. You're going to propose, but buying a wedding ring is too expensive. Using the coordinates and the page number you're given, the first object that you see is what you're going to be proposing with. Okay, so I've got E, which is over there, and it's 9 and then 13, which is like the breakdown of the shelf, and then page 179. I just realized that I did this one wrong, and I was supposed to go to this shelf behind me, because it's the little shelf just here instead of the one all the way over there, but I like what I've got so far. I think it suits the story, so I'm just gonna stick with it. Okay, so the book I got was Queens of Geek by Jen Wilde, and I'm flipping to a page 179. Okay, so the first object I see is what I'll be proposing with. A phone. The first line on the page is, the instant we sit down, Charlie's phone buzzes. Here is a phone, marry me. Given that Mia doesn't know what a phone is, she probably thinks I'm some magical being. So that's pretty cool. So Teft from the Stormlight Archive is moving to the academy in An Ember in the Ashes and becoming a dentist and working on people's teeth, and then falling in love with Mia Corvair from Nevernight, and he's going to be proposing with a phone. Amazing. Question number 7 is we have arrived at your wedding. Find a book using your coordinates and flip to the page number you're given. The first piece of dialogue you find will be your vows for the wedding, or the first line of your vows. And that is B4 320. So this doesn't match the page number, but it's Legion, so I'm gonna have to do a book either in front of it or behind it to see what fits. So I went back to the drawing board and I have Legion, The Many Lives of Stephen Leeds in the novella bind-up of all 3 different novellas, so hopefully this will have enough page numbers for this prompt. Or we have just enough page numbers. Okay, the dialogue. Gotta stay here now, he said, giving the boat a good shove. Gotta stay here now. I'm at my wedding. Question number 8 is it's honeymoon time, so whatever the location of the book is where we're going for our honeymoon. Anything honestly away from the scary setup of the academy is probably a good thing. So the coordinates that I have are C318 and page 117. I don't have 18 books in one box, so I'm gonna have to continue counting down to the next shelf. We have The Mime Order by Samantha Shannon, so this is set in a version of like a regressed, almost dystopian but futuristic London, so I guess we're going to the UK for our honeymoon. Prompt number 9 is that things got a little bit crazy on the honeymoon and now you're expecting a baby. With your coordinates, flip to the page you're given and the first name you find will be the name of your child. Okay, I've got E118. Well, the book I found is actually very appropriate. It's Nevermore by Jessica Townsend, and this is a lovely magical middle grade book, so it definitely suits the name for kids. The child's name, Grandmother. Oh, that's so silly because just above it is the name Corvus, and that's such a cool name. Prompt number 10 is we're time jumping 5 years and your child desperately wants a pet. Find the book and flip to the page number, and then the first creature that you see will be your new pet. But if you can't find a creature, then the first object you see will have to be a stand-in. So the prompt that I've got is C777. The book that I've got is Percy Jackson the Titan's Curse, which is the 3rd book in the Percy Jackson series. So flipping to page 77, hopefully there's a cool creature in this because Percy Jackson series is known for having cool monsters. Over in the frozen meadow, a satyr kicked his hooves as he chased after a red-headed tree nymph. So it looks like we've got a satyr as a pet. Prompt number 11, your child is going to school. My child named Grandmother. Find a book, flip to the page number, using the words on that page, create a name for that school. So I have D613. So D, because I messed it up before, I'm making sure I do it right this time. So D is the little shelf here that you can only see 2 boxes of. So 6 is corresponding to the box, and then 1 is the book, and then 3 is the page number. So the book is The Rebel of the Sands, and I'm flicking to the 3rd page here. Now I have to create a name for the school. This is a good page. I've got Deadshot and Dustwalk. I might just keep it nice and simple with Dustwalk School because that sounds cool as. Prompt number 12, it's back to me again. So you decide you're going to start a YouTube channel as a side hobby. Flip to the page number and find something on that page which will be the core of your channel. So for this one I have A6 and page 21. Okay, I said I'd unhaul this series but I haven't yet, so that's why I have this book. But it is Unholy by Neil Shusterman, and this is part of his Unwind dystology, so it's a series of 4. Obviously I haven't read this yet, but I DNF'd Unwind, so I don't really care if I get spoiled, so that's a little bit of a relief. Okay, now I need to find the subject matter for my channel. The first thing that I see on this page is it was a simple parlour trick, but one that had taken lots of time to perfect. Making wallets and purses disappear followed the same principle. Maybe I'm a magician and I have like a magic channel and I do like magic vlogs and shows and tutorials on how to be magical. That's actually a pretty cool thing to have a channel based on, so I'm pretty happy with that. From being a dentist in Rome to a magician. I'm versatile, what can I say? Prompt number 13 is find a book, flip to the page, and using the words from that page, create a channel name. So I have A13, page 394. Okay, so the book that I chose is The Recruit, which is the first book in the Cherub series. It has 339 pages. Back to the drawing board. But I got another book and I actually haven't read this book, so I'm really nervous about spoilers because 394 pages is really close to the end, but it is A Skin Full of Shadows, and look at that cover, isn't it pretty? I can see the words Destiny on here and Makepeace as a character name, so maybe I can call my channel Makepeace Destiny. It sounds like something a hippie would call their child. I'm a magical channel, so I feel like I can get away with it. Okay, so prompt number 14 is find a book, flip to the page, and the first piece of dialogue you see is how you greet your viewers each time you start a video. So the prompt I have for this is B37, page 239. I think people got a little bit confused when I was breaking down my categories because I have a few extra numbers in some of these prompts, so I'm just going to go with the first one. So Brandon Sanderson shelf, book number 3, and then page 239. And if that doesn't work, I'll choose number 7. I've chosen Legion of the Emperor's Soul, and this is a novella bind-up, but it actually doesn't have enough pages. My second choice was Steelheart, so now I need to jump to page 239. The first piece of dialogue I see is, those are the counters I thought, looking directly ahead. The ones where the tellers worked. I sound like some unhinged conspiracy theorist. Well, I'm just glad that I didn't read the line, most of the rubble is from where the ceiling fell in. Because that would be a concern. Prompt number 15 of this challenge is you've decided to write a book. Find a book, flip to the page, and using the words on that page, create a book title. So I have D71 and then page 251. So I only have 6 spots on this shelf, so I'm just going to assume that it was D6 and then go from that book. So D6, 1, 251. So we've actually come back to Rebel of the Sands again. So page 251. Okay, so I need to make a book title. I've got Drunk, Hero, and Prince all on this page, so I'm just going to seize the opportunity to say Drunk Hero Prince is going to be the title of my book, because that honestly is something that I would pick up and at least skim the blurb of to see if it would be funny. So Drunk Hero Prince, that's my book title. So we want the opening line for Drunk Hero Prince. So prompt number 16 is find a book, flip to the page, and the first line you see will be the opening line for your book. Okay, so I've got C62 and then page 94. Alright, so I got Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and J. Christoph, and so I'm flipping to page 94. Okay, so this, if you didn't know, is a mixed media book. I don't know if you can actually see it very well on this camera in the light. It has a lot of gaps, and I don't know how this is gonna go. But the first line is actually great, and it's the first line I see. This is a tactical withdrawal, Lieutenant. Drunk Hero Prince, this is a tactical withdrawal, Lieutenant. Prompt number 17 is plot twist. The reason you created a new identity for yourself is because a killer was after you. Now that you're a mega famous author and YouTuber, they've tracked you down and are coming for you. Find the book, flip to the page, and the first character you see will be your killer. Surely at this point, Mia would be like, you're fine. Don't stress, I got this, because she's like a murder prodigy. But given the fact that I created a channel and I've gone a little bit unhinged, she might have left with our daughter grandmother by now. So the prompt that I got is E81 and then page 4. So the book that I've got is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kara Maniscalco. Okay, so the first name I see is Uncle. That's not really a name though. I feel like it doesn't work in the same way that grandmother worked. Oh, okay, there you go. One moment, Audrey Rose, is some dialogue. I guess Audrey Rose is done with solving murders and she started to make murders, so I'm her victim. Okay, so prompt number 18 is one day you're setting up to film a YouTube video when you're suddenly struck by the killer. Find a book, flip to the page, and then the first object you come across is what she's going to kill me with. So for this I have D23 and then page 232. So that second box only has 2 books in it, so I'm going to flip down to the third box on that shelf and then do the third book. So the third book is Queen of Fire by Anthony Ryan. So the first thing that I see on here is shards of pottery and the sticks of ruined furniture. So maybe Teft put up a struggle and from the rubble, Audrey Rose stabbed me with a piece of a broken chair leg or something. It seems like a pretty solid way to go out. I went down fighting. And this is the last prompt. It is number 19. Find a book, flip to the page number, and the first line you see will be the line on your tombstone. So for that I have D42 and then page number 198. And I've got The Fireman here by Joe Hill, and I haven't read this one, so hopefully I don't spoil myself by trying to put something on my tombstone. I flipped open to page 197. Nice. The first line I see, I'm a magician, I'm going out in a dramatic style, because on my tombstone I'm gonna have outside the wind screamed. That is it for the Flip the Page challenge. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've participated, link yours down below because I think these stories are outrageous and a lot of fun, and Jessie the Reader has created an awesome tag, so I'd love to watch the ones that you've made as well. But thank you so much for watching this video. I'll chat to you in the comments and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.